What if someone who's always stayed in the shadows suddenly stepped into the spotlight and left an entire room speechless? Barron Trump just did exactly that, and what he revealed at a charity event has everyone talking. Stay tuned, because this is one moment you'll never forget. Barron Trump has always been a figure of intrigue, known for his reserved nature and life shielded from the public eye. His silence has often spoken louder than words. For years, he's been the quiet observer, a young man growing up in the shadow of immense fame and power. Every photo of him, every rare public appearance, seemed to fuel a curiosity about the person behind the stoic expression. But at a recent charity event, everything changed. The event was a star-studded fundraiser held in one of New York City's most prestigious venues. Chandeliers sparkled above the crowd, and the air buzzed with conversation. Celebrities mingled with politicians, their laughter and chatter filling the grand hall. Amidst this dazzling crowd stood Barron, quietly blending into the background as he always did. Until he didn't. When the host announced Barron's name, there was a brief pause in the room. Whispers rippled through the crowd as people turned to watch the tall, reserved figure make his way to the stage. This was unexpected. Barron Trump, known for avoiding the limelight, was about to speak. He began his speech with a simple yet profound statement. "I've always believed that actions speak louder than words, but today, I want my words to inspire action." The room's hum of chatter fell silent. All eyes were on him. Barron's speech wasn't filled with political rhetoric or rehearsed platitudes. Instead, it was deeply personal. He recounted a visit to a children's hospital where he'd met a young boy named Liam battling a rare illness. Liam, despite his frailty, had a contagious zest for life. He dreamed of a world where every child had access to the care they needed, regardless of their circumstances. As Barron spoke, his voice trembled with genuine emotion. "Liam taught me something that day," he said, pausing to steady himself. "Courage isn't about being fearless. It's about standing strong, even when you're scared." For many in the audience, this was a side of Barron they had never seen. The quiet enigma was revealing his heart, and it was impossible not to be moved. As Barron continued, his tone shifted from storytelling to advocacy. His words carried a weight and maturity far beyond his years. He spoke about the privilege he had grown up with and the responsibility that came with it. "We often talk about change," he said, his voice steady but impassioned. "But what are we willing to sacrifice for it?" The audience hung on every word. Then came the moment that no one saw coming. Barron announced that he would be donating a significant portion of his personal trust fund to support the charity hosting the event. The gasps were audible. For a moment, the room seemed to hold its collective breath. But he wasn't finished. With a calm yet commanding tone, Barron turned the spotlight back on the audience. "This isn't about the size of the donation," he said. "It's about the size of the impact we can create together. Tonight, I'm challenging each of you to match my commitment, not in dollars, but in purpose." His words struck a chord. For a crowd accustomed to polished speeches and grand gestures, this was different. It felt real, genuine, and it inspired action. By the end of his speech, not a single person in the room remained unmoved. Some attendees were seen wiping tears from their eyes. Others whispered to one another, visibly emotional. A few even pulled out their phones on the spot, making instant contributions to the cause. When Barron stepped off the stage, he was met with a standing ovation that lasted several minutes. People approached him, not just to congratulate him, but to share their own commitments and thank him for his courage. Barron's speech wasn't just a moment, it was a movement. It reminded everyone of the power of using one's voice for good, no matter how long it had been silent. His actions proved that even the quietest among us could inspire profound change. Now, the question is, what would you have done in that moment? Would you have stepped up or stayed silent? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you believe in stories that inspire change, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Because sometimes the quietest voices carry the loudest messages.